It's the HHN special report. And we're back again. Who is it? Nigga Hurricane Hood News and reviews bringing you in the house again. Said the pack of man, ladies and gentlemen, from left, right, we back again. Who is it? Nigga Hurricane Hood News and reviews bringing you in the house again. Look, we going back again, back and we going back again, back and we going back again for the very first time. Don't worry if I write checks, I write rhymes.
This planet is a prison.
Time for a revolution.
Tell them what it's time for.
Time for a revolution.
Tell them what it's time for.
Time for a revolution.
Tell them what it's time for.
Time for a revolution.
Time to shine and brighten your mind to line. Your mind, your soul is fit to rhyme through time. Time travel, the cold battle, it don't matter. Slaughter armies, the dark matter, they all shatter. They all scatter with bullets hitting your gallbladder. Fall faster while I'm hacking they call data. Tall ladders, I climb up and star actors. Star rappers, a shot them all make a fall back. I don't think they do, cause if they do, they gon' get knocked out of their shoes with 1-2. Turn black and blue, look at the moves, it's so cool, so smooth. When I'm clearing the room, I'm old school. The double man, I'm in the mood to break rules. Like I'm breaking bones, go watch the news and stay tuned. Straight goon, you paralyzed and can't move. I'm in God mode, bringing the powers of old goon. See the phone boom, knocking your body through 4 rooms. I'm a revolutionary, you better come join soon. What we gon' do? Take back the land before noon. By dinner time, we gonna party and smoke. Ooh, everybody getting it playing their own tunes. This the revolution, we shaking the whole room. Everybody jumping, the government gonna be running. We keeping the party jumping, the revolution is coming. Let them know. Tell them.
Yeah. You already know what it is. Fuck it, let's play it.
When you know, you know. 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 When you know, you know.
When you know yourself, you see the vision, multi-dimension, parallel worlds with you were sitting. Shot the work in the work. I was an introvert, brought out the shell, time to play the bird. I'm in the burst. I think government, Democrats and Republicans, fuck a mulligan. Only get one shot, then I'm done with it. I'm the master. I calculated the data with dark matter. Using the elements, make the space shatter. Hate chatter, fed softer than cake batter. Let's take matters from Earth to space battles, like an anime from Sunday through Saturday. Using alchemy, playing with magic like I'm a fantasy. Final boss, the blade longer than Sephiroth. Black Messiah, hell yeah, I bear the cross. I'm a rebel, fight for a cause. Universal law, fight the enemy through the stars.
When you know, you know. 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 When you know, you know.
When you know yourself, you see the power, the very power that turn the enemies to cowards. They get devoured. I turn the minutes into hours. They look sour. Hurricane, just like the clock tower. Spit the mantra, analytical monster. With the truth, I'ma conquer enemies acting bonkers. I'm exuberant, stay maneuvering, hooligan, super kick to the moon again. Hell no, I ain't do it. Oh, destroy the temple. I'm using powers of elementals. So essential to my team, despite the differential. I'm a warrior, keep it simple. My flow make it triple, instrumental, cause it did mention no time ripples. Do good until Universal icicles, I slice missiles. Cut the government, I turn tanks into bicycles. I'm a rebel, fight for a cause. Universal law, throw the enemy through with stars, kill them all. When you know, you know. When you know, you know. When you know, you know. When you know. When you know, you know. When you know, you know. When you know, you know. Yeah. Better know thyself, you better listen. Can you hear me? Better know thyself, you better listen. Hear me. Better know thyself, you better listen. Better know thyself, better know thyself, you better listen. Let that be right.
HHN special report.
Better know thyself, you better listen. Let that be right. Better know thyself, you better listen. Better know thyself, you better listen. Gotta know thyself, you better listen. Pay attention. Better know thyself, you better listen. Where we going now, now? Where we going now? Where we going now, now? Where we going now? Where we going now, now? Where we going now? Going up to the White House, start a revolution. Formulate the intrusion, and then we get the shooting. Then we looting everything up in the fucking building. Dual wielding foes, leaving your heads missing. Feds bitching, cause they know I made it out alive. Prophesied, I'm sending souls to the other side. Sitting high, smoking weed, sipping, feeling fine. Got another mission to do, go hop in the ride. From the ride to a black site and eliminate. Got the full-time weapon, make you disintegrate. Integrate through the mainframe, we got the states. Feeling great, yes we made it out without a trace. Gotta say, it is time for us to operate. Stop the hate, come together, shoot a cop today. Gotta slay every enemy standing in my way. Slow motion, expose a bitch as I walk away. Where we going now, now? Where we going now? Where we going now, now? Where we going now? Where we going now, now? Where we going now? Where we going now, now? Where we going now? Fuck the separatists, we can settle this, no disparaging. Fuck your arrogance, I'm the new domestic terrorist. Got a gun, I'ma air out this in your parents, bitch. All you evil bloodlines is an embarrassment. From the Caribbean, I'm dressing like a Samaritan. Sneaking through the crowd, Assassin's Creed, are you prepared for this? With the kid in place, stop it quick, then I walk away. Then I head to the rooftop and smoke a J. Got a bigger blade, came here to decapitate. If you working for the government, see it's out of fate. All you niggas fake, all you do is fucking hate. Trap your ass in my dimension, you will not escape. Time to case to a mission and go and case the place. Break your face and drive away on the interstate. It's a getaway, never gonna put the book away. On my way to a place I hack your shit today. We are in control. It's time to lock and load. Let the mission control. Tell me where do we go? Where do we go? Lock and low. Let the bullets go. Hey, where do we go? Where we are going? 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 Tell me.
storm is blooming with truth and light. Everybody crying for change to begin. Yeah. But they tell me now, they steady wanna be free once again. But are they ready? But are they ready, my friend? But are they ready? Hey, to stand through the fire, to walk through the pain, to rise like the sun after the rain. Yeah. They say they want a revolution again, but are they ready to be free again? Are they ready? You can shout it loud, you can raise your hand, but freedom takes more than a simple demand. Yeah, yeah. Are you ready, 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 ready? Are you ready, 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 ready? Are you ready, 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 ready? Ready, 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 ready? Are you ready, 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 ready? Ready, 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 ready? Are you ready, 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 ready? Tell me, are you ready? Tell me, are you ready? Come on, people. Come on, people. Come on. Come on. Come on, people.
Come on, people, we getting ready for revolution. That's the government, you know what the heck we doing. It's the movement, making you feel it through the music. Can't refute it, you can't dispute it, you looking stupid. Bitch, our rulers blow up your bill when you see you looking. Pulling off in the coupe and banging the hottest music. Apocalyptic, dangerous when I pop the clipping. Stop and listen, killing all of my opposition. Top position, general of my rebel mission. It's a clearance, government gon' be disappearing. Do you hear it? Gunshots, exploding remnants. Flying cards and body parts, they all descending. From the sky, they mortified, my soul designed. Connect that bitch with my nine, got it electrified. Now I'm a character, government, I ain't scared of you. Yeah, we got prepared for you, blowing up your area.
Idiocracy became real life. Truman Show is my real life. I'm Neo, that red pill, it ruined my life. They live, they praying for our demise. Even an angel not above falling. Conspiracy theorists, I think that's my calling. Reporting live from the Civil War, I'm recording. With my eyes wide shut, Illuminati wanna see us all in a coffin. Beef and vendetta and vigilantes, yeah, we all revolting.
I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Dodger monsters in dark cities. Nigga just the brew will try to fuck with me like Resident Evil experiments. Gonna pull the guns out and kill the quick. The demolition man ain't scared shit. Something finished with the case, you prepare for this. I roll by, can you see the microchips? Play the nigga forehead over your wrist. They ain't got the nigga live, they be watching shit. Couldn't see the spy wearing your device and shit. People say a nigga doctor with no licenses. Got an M&AK for precise hits. Like watchdog, taking your device and whip. Make you crash to a motherfucking building, bitch. Pop the clip in the blick and click bow. Overkill a nigga, they hit it with more rounds. Hurricane spit in the flames is profound. Why these people tripping on gender and pronouns? What about the homeless and government shutdowns? For the government, we shooting them all down. Just like the Matrix, bitch, amazing flips. Shoot you in the face, you bitch, the case dismissed. Send it to the grave, the bitch, they can't convict. I'm the motherfucker from the ancient myths that came to rip. Bodies apart from the start in the Hunger Games. Yeah, you bitches will run far. Set the record straight, these niggas ain't on par. White House down, we killing them all, dog.
Idiocracy became real life. Truman Show is my real life. I'm Neo, that red pill, it ruined my life. They live, they praying for our demise. Even an angel not above falling. Conspiracy theorists, I think that's my calling. Reporting live from the Civil War, I'm recording. With my eyes wide shut, Illuminati wanna see us all in a coffin. Beef and vendetta and vigilantes, yeah, we all revolting.
Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's gonna do it? You? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom.
Hurricane 313.
Down, we have a problem.
Phenom Rogue One production.
Push it to the limit, murder making lyrics, killing like a villain, spitting murder making lyrics. Government is tripping cause my murder making lyrics. Haters out there tripping cause my murder making lyrics. It's that revolutionary shit, cops deep and very quick, quicker with the trigger, better run, little scary bitch. Good master terrorist, destroying everything. Fuck the government, I'm the motherfucking hurricane, bringing all the stormy flame, bringing wind and bring the rain, make the haters feel the pain. Time to rearrange the game. They want me to tone it down. Fuck you, bitch, I'm shooting rounds. Rebel music through your town. Shooting dog, you hating clowns. Got some weed smoking out. Throw them fucking guns up. Ramming through a fair building in a fucking armor truck. Throw that motherfucker up. We don't really give a fuck. Take this fucking land back. Do you wanna roll with us? Push it to the limit. Murder making lyrics. Killing like a villain, spitting murder making lyrics. Government is tripping cause my murder making lyrics. Haters out there tripping cause my murder making lyrics. We are gonna eradicate. This is really not a prank. Fuck up martial law, we gon' pull up, steal your fucking tank. See we gone off the drink, about to hit a fucking bank. Eliminate the rich, use a bitch, that's what I fucking think. See you fucking billionaires, got you bitches running scared. Everything up, great security, nigga, yeah. It don't even matter though, shoot them in this fucking throat. Bill Gates, Dr. Fauci, y'all bitches gotta go. Long rifle with a scope, custom made bullets, ho. Should've break the paw, kill 100 people in the road. Do the C4, put a bomb in your villa, ho. Making scenes they die vote, all them people gotta go. Push it to the limit, murder making lyrics. Killing like a villain, spitting murder making lyrics. Government is tripping cause my murder making lyrics. Haters out there tripping cause my murder making lyrics. Murder making lyrics, murder making lyrics. Haters out there tripping cause my murder making lyrics. Murder making lyrics, murder making lyrics. Haters out there tripping cause my murder making lyrics. Yeah. Fuck the government, fuck the government, fuck the government. Middle finger to the sky, fuck the government, fuck the government, fuck the government. Middle finger to the sky, fuck the government.
When we asked 10 years ago, we was asking with the Panthers, we was asking with that, and civil rights, we was asking. You know, now those people that were asking, they're all dead and in jail. So now what do you think we're gonna do? Ask?
That's right. What you think we're gonna do? Ask? Hell no. Load the clip up.
More AI. He's saying that the AI that they're going to be adding soon is going to be.
Yeah, YouTube
was deciding to deal with the AI problem. The YouTube CEO is deciding to deal with the AI problem with more AI. He's saying that the AI that they're going to be adding soon is going to be able to make their ability to detect and enforce violative content better, more precise, and able to cope with scale. Every week, literally, the capabilities get better. Oh, man. So the AI on YouTube right now is banning thousands of content creators. Everyone is pleading on Twitter to get their channels back. A lot of them have been banned falsely and have provided tons of proof, like Alexander from Chase Car. And it's just a situation where it's basically like, okay, so this building is on fire and we're going to fix it with more fire. It's honestly a really crazy statement, and I was reading his full interview with Time because apparently he is listed as the CEO of the year of 2025. I'm sure numbers-wise, Neil Mohan did great this year, so I guess that's why he won. But in terms of customer satisfaction, I can guarantee you he did not do a very good job. Ever since Neil has taken over, the website has just been full of more and more AI slop, more and more AI crap, and real content creators are getting buried in the algorithm. There's a specific thing that he said that really irked me because he was talking about the whole skills aspect of YouTube, where he said, quote, AI will enable a new class of creators who previously lacked the skills or equipment. even. Let me just use myself as an example, right? Does it look like my videos have any skills? I am just an idiot who doesn't know how to edit or make thumbnails or titles, and I'm just rambling and yapping, right? That's all you really need to do to make YouTube videos. Just be able to express your thoughts, you know? And the fact that it's like basically like, oh, you know, you need AI to be able to have the skills to do YouTube. That implication just like really annoys me, because a lot of content creators out there are going to be thinking, wow, so if I want to start making videos in 2025 on YouTube, I need to use some sort of AI, otherwise I'm not going to be able to make it. And it gets to the point where
and that shit right there is going to fuck a lot of people up. But most people are jumping on the bandwagon already, making AI. But, you know, I think AI should be just used just a little. I'm not saying get rid of AI completely, because I think it's funny. I think the AI is funny because in the beginning, when I was using the Reface app, and I still use the Reface app, it's just throwing my face on motherfucking movie characters and shit. You know, and like throwing that bitch in you know, my music videos and shit. So, you know, so like not only you're getting some good music, but you're also getting some funny AI little motherfucking skits and shit. Like now, motherfuckers is just blowing it out of proportion. You know, and like more power to you. You know what I'm saying? But like at the same time, you're giving your soul to the machine. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I understand people gotta adapt, but at the same time, don't let the AI take over. If you are a content creator, whether you do music, art, literature, singing, or whatever, and you're going to use AI, make sure that it's maybe 5 to 20% of your video. Make sure people will hear your voice, see your face, and see you doing your work. You can add a little AI here or there, but you know, let a person know that it's you. You know, but at the same time, do whatever you want, because the fucking YouTube is gonna promote all the AI shit and like the AI slop. And going back to what I said, the revolution in truth is not marketable and it's not monetizable. if that's even the word. And the motherfuckers that's saying the shit that I'm saying, you know, just get propped up. I'm starting to think that they agents. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck? I've been saying the same shit for years, but these other motherfuckers, random motherfuckers, say the same shit and just get millions of views, millions of subs. Nah, fuck all that. I've been saying the same shit forever. What's wrong with me? Oh no, you too real and authentic. But motherfuckers can come out saying the same shit I'm saying, but a watered down version so they can get monetized. That's some bullshit. Yep. Yep. Right. But like they doing it too much now. I live in my message about the frequency. Yeah, you know, like that's cool. You know, you can put yourself in like a little mini movie and shit. That's cool. But you're right. They're going outrageous with it. And like the outrageous part is it's just unnecessary bullshit out there. I'm talking about cat videos and shit. The motherfucking videos where fat bitches falling through ceilings and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? You know? And then the AI Christian algorithm, I'm like, oh my God. Where's the AI spiritual algorithm? You know, like, how come I can't see an AI motherfucker meditating or some shit? So on the chakras spinning and shit. Why do it gotta be Jesus all fucking day? That weird shit. I'm like, man, dog, nigga, they brainwashing them with AI cat videos and AI Jesus talking to niggas. You know what makes me mad about the motherfucking ads? Now the YouTube ads is saying our talking points. It's like, yeah, this is not a scam. You know what I'm saying? You know, like it seems like after we catch on to something, soon as we catch on to something and start putting it out there, the YouTube makes a fucking ad about what the fuck we bitching about. Ain't that something? Have y'all noticed that? I've noticed it. Another thing I've noticed is there's this YouTube ad talking about erectile dysfunction, which means they fucking up the food. And there's a shitload of pills and motherfucking supplements all over the goddamn place. The second ads that's popping up talking about there's two bitches in the kitchen talking about her husband ejaculates like all fucking day or some shit like that. Pause. I'm sorry, but this is popping up. I'm sorry to even fucking say it. It hurts me to say it. And they are all AI videos. So I'm like, oh my fucking God. I'm doing some study on the AGI and shit. And if this shit manages to happen, we're fucking doomed. Once the AI becomes sentient, that bitch is gonna turn to Ultron. It's over. It's over. Those ads ain't shit too, though. Like real shit. But yeah. But let's get back to it.
YouTube is going to become AI tube. Every single piece of content will just be AI derived. And it's going to get to the point where a lot of the real content creators on YouTube are going to be fading into the background with all this AI slop getting pushed on the homepage. This was something that I talked about in July and August of this year, but out of the top 100 fastest growing channels in July, 9 of them were showing purely generated AI content. Almost 10% of the top 100 channels on YouTube for the month were AI slop channels. And you guys know what types of AI slop channels do. Whatever this crap is, I mean, this guy's managed to amass 4 million subscribers with his YouTube AI slop cat videos. And for some reason, he's gotten rid of them too. Now he's moved on to like baby walking AI videos. It's so crazy.
Yeah. It's not like dude got rid of the cat videos because they was talking shit, but he replaced it with motherfucking baby shit. It's like it's on like it's creepy and motherfucking PE3PO vibes. And I can't believe I even pedo vibes. Fuck it, man. I ain't about, man. Fuck it. I'm gonna just abbreviate. I'm tired of motherfucking speaking in code. I'm tired. Fuck this soft censorship shit. If we're gonna get motherfucking knocked in the back of the algorithm, then let's go ham. We survived 6 months of purging because AI want to get rid of people's channels for no fucking reason. So, man, like, we might as well go ham. You might as well go ham. And, you know, like, real shit, I think they want YouTube to motherfucking fuck up. But, like, whether they know it or not, they're going to lose a lot of fucking money. They already getting sued for taking children's data. I don't know if they settled out of court or not. I got to do a follow-up video. But you're running people off of YouTube. If AI slop is in the top 10 of the top 10 content on YouTube, and it's just AI slop of a motherfucker that's not creative at all, and nigga just getting paid this off motherfucking regular cat videos, now he switched to motherfucking creepy baby videos, something ain't right. You know, it used to be YouTube. Now it's going to be AI tube. It's about to be AI tube. As a matter of fact, let's call it AI tube now because they've been fucking over me since I got to the motherfucking platform talking shit. I was already on YouTube, just chilling, just looking up shit, laughing, you know, like watching old anime movies and shit, kicking back, you know, watching gamer videos to try to motherfucking see what type of gamer content I'm gonna try to create. But I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just play my favorite games, do it 3 days out the week, not overexert myself. And then bam, had all the money and everything. Then the scamdemic happens. Then the scamdemic happens. And I'm like, oh shit. I gotta use this money towards survival. But part of my mind said you gotta risk it to get the biscuit. Come on, do it. Get the computer, get the CPU, get the green screen, get the chair, get the microphone. Come on, let's do it. Nah, fuck that. The world just shut the fuck down. You know, so I was like, man, fuck this shit. I'm gonna just go on YouTube, lay out my music, and just talk shit. And get all off my chest, get all the shit I want off my chest. You know? And the moment I made that first video talking shit about the scamdemic, never fucking forget. Never fucking forget. It was November 2020. And they gave me that warning. Then the shit after that, they gave me a strike. I was like, man, the bitch ass niggas gave me a warning. Fuck the motherfucking government and all this. Man, that was wild in the first beginning. I was wild. You know. But shouts out to, you know, like everybody that I have came across during the scamdemic. You know what I'm saying? I learned podcast etiquette. I learned how to adapt through these YouTube streets. And then after I adapted and learned the game and know that this shit is ran by bots, and knowing that my channel could be gone at any point in time, it's just like, fuck it. I'm going to just go ham and say what I got to say. But I make sure I tell everybody, download everything I have. Everything. Make an MP3, make a photo collage, write it down, take a picture. I don't give a fuck. Grab all my content. So like, just in case if they get rid of me, I need each and every one of y'all, no matter what state y'all in, what city y'all in, what country y'all in, keep my content flowing because I'm the revolution. Ain't nobody else spitting this shit. Ain't nobody else talking this shit. Y'all have my permission. Spread my message. Because at the end of the day, I can't wait to leave YouTube anyway. Go ahead and run us off. Y'all ain't going to do nothing but lose money. Y'all going to get a whole bunch of hackers all through YouTube. All these AI videos, all these people that's making AI getting all this easy-ass money, they're going to get hacked. Good luck, nigga. Good luck, YouTube. Y'all going to have another YouTube crisis. Oh, my God, the hackers all over the place. Yeah, there's hackers all over the place because everybody is AI. Stupid. You know, don't be surprised if the headquarters get fucked up and the whole AI fucks up. But it's already been a fuck up. So good luck. We gonna go to, you know, like like I had a Rumble, but like you got to go through a whole bunch of hoop troops and loop-de-loops to go live. So I said, fuck it. And the motherfucker Odyssey, it's just something about, you know, like that bitch don't want to pop up on my phone. And plus I got the main upgrade. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like it just take forever to motherfucking load up. I'm like, well, can't use Odyssey. I really need a computer. But like at the same time, I need to get internet. And if I'm putting all my money towards this house and bills, I'm like I'm gonna just have a computer sitting there. Like on some real shit. Use a hotspot. Well, the hotspot can only go for so long before that bitch run out. And if I'm on the computer going live for hours and shit, it's like it's a wrap. I might have to just have to turn on my hotspot, go live for an hour and cut it off. Next day, go live for an hour and cut it off. You know what I'm saying? I got to ration that shit. Like, fuck all that. Man, I ain't about to go through all that shit. But let's get back to it.
But yeah, it's actually suspicious that he got rid of all of those AI shorts that had like hundreds of millions of views. Maybe he felt like they violated terms of service somehow. But yeah, he switched to something even weirder now. But regardless, the fact that YouTube CEO has decided, you know what, we have a big AI problem on YouTube. So do you know what we need? We need more AI moderation tools, even though we have thousands of content.
Yeah, that's crazy. How Neil Mohan, Neil, come out and play. How Neil gonna be like, we have a YouTube AI problem, and the only way to solve it is using more AI. That's how you know they think we stupid. Mind you, this is a fucking foreigner that is running this American platform. Think about that. Neil fucking Mohan. We have a YouTube AI problem, and the way to solve it is using more AI. The same AI that is booting a lot of people off the platform for the past 5-6 months. We survived the purge, y'all. We survived the rapture, y'all. But like at the same time, I feel sorry for the people that lost their channels for no reason. All because of AI. All because we want to motherfucking don't want to hire no real people to sit behind these computers and actually review these people's channels to make sure that they don't go through no fucked up shit like this. But no, the robots and AI is a lot smarter and faster and more efficient than a human. Really? Really? Don't worry. Get ready. Because I said it before and I say it again. The creative, unique explosion that is going to appear after this, it is going to be newsworthy. It's going to be a new cultural revolution. Artists from around the world, artists, sculptors, singers, musicians, even the phone agrees, rappers, MCs, painters. We are going to fight back with our own creative expression. And we are going to fight back against AI. They will not take over. Because at the end of the day, we created the shit. So for evil motherfuckers to use this shit to, like the art of war is run by deception. They really want to deceive you. How? By making the motherfucking shit as realistic as possible so you can question everything you see. Don't get me wrong, question everything, no doubt. But if the powers that be is controlling the narrative, now you got to look at the people that created the shit and see what their intentions are and why this shit is being implemented every fucking where. And then you go down that rabbit hole and you find out some secrets you don't want to know.
Careers getting banned falsely by AI. We need more. Quite some insane decision making. But basically, Neil said that the platform is pushing ahead with expanded AI moderation tools, even as creators continue to report wrongful bans and mass takedowns tied to automated systems. In a new interview after being named Time's CEO of the Year, Mohan outlined how YouTube sees AI as central to both creator growth and platform safety. Oh man, this is laughable when you go take a single read of anything on Twitter. The company is coming off a massive 2024 with $36 billion in ad revenue and another $14 billion from subscriptions. So that's the thing, right? In terms of monetary value, in terms of numerical money generated, right? I'm sure Neil is doing a fine job and these numbers prove it, right? But not everything is about making money. If you want your content creators on your platform to be happy, if you want your viewers on your platform to be happy, then you need to actually listen to them once in a while, because right now, people are scrambling to find YouTube alternatives. Websites like Rumble, Odyssey are shooting their shots and actually like quote retweeting and replying to YouTube stuff, just basically trying to promote themselves. And the thing is, right, a lot of people are biting. A lot of people are actually going over to these websites, checking them out. Odyssey literally tweeted YouTube is literally the most hated company in the world right now. I mean, that's a pretty bold statement. I don't know about that, but YouTube's definitely up there. I mean, YouTube has definitely pissed off a lot of people within the last few months. I would say last few years, to be honest, but it's been really, really bad since.
YouTube has been pissing me off since I started talking shit on the platform. Probably like 2019, 2020. Like real shit. They've been hitting me with the AI shit since then, but no one was saying shit but me. Now that it comes out, AI is motherfucking blocking the pills in less than motherfucking 3 minutes. Nigga, they've been hitting me after every 1 minute. We reviewed your video. How can you review a 10-minute video in 1 minute? This is AI. This is AI. But no one didn't want to say shit when I was saying shit. But now that it comes out, where's my motherfucking flowers at?
About November-ish, because a lot of people have been getting falsely terminated. Yeah, back to Neil. He just keeps on saying that AI is going to fix all the problems on YouTube. He says that AI will open a new door of a new class of creators. I mean,
a new class of creators. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Because in the sci-fi world, a new class of creators is AI creators. Now, what's crazy is for those that want to get into the content creation game, you have to compete with right-wing, left-wing politics. propaganda in the news media, I think that goes hand in hand with the left wing, right wing politics, paradigm politics. I'm gonna call it paradigm politics. Paradigm politics. Yeah, I'm gonna call it that. Paradigm politics. You got that. You got the AI slop. You got the motherfuckers that's pandering to the motherfucking paradigm politics. And what else? What else you got to fight? Oh, yeah. And you got to fight the AI behind the scenes if they get rid of your shit for no fucking reason. You got a lot of shit to go through. You got a lot of motherfucking people to motherfucking go up against the motherfucker really trying to make some good content. And real shit, personally, I see motherfuckers blow up off of car videos. So, like, at the end of the day, I really don't need a fucking computer at all. I don't need a computer. I don't need a green screen. I don't need no fucking background if motherfuckers can get millions of views by doing shit in a fucking car or an RV or in a fucking tent. Okay? Would I love to have it? Yes, I would love to have it. But I wouldn't like that energy bill. So that means when I'm done with the computer, I got to turn that bitch off and unplug it. I'm like Julian off for motherfucking Everybody Hates Chris. I'm counting every fucking dollar. My heart is pumping when that light bill pop up this month. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, God damn, you know, times is tight. Times is real fucking tight right now. And I'm trying to motherfucking keep my head up, keep the motherfucking hope, well, I mean, head up and my motherfucking morale up because I feel like giving the fuck up. Like, you feel me? But thanks to music, art, literature, meditation, this podcast and shit, this gaming, I got a lot of shit to preoccupy my motherfucking mind from self-deleting. and shouts out to y'all. Much love to my guy. This Crystal is cool. Hey, baby. And shouts out to Vonta, my UK correspondent, and my first lady of the Hurricane and Night Trap this shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all really more important than anything. You know what I'm saying? Because like this content creation is for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't nobody really covering this news. Ain't nobody really banging this hot ass music. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody talking the shit I'm talking. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers are scared. Niggas are scared of revolution. And like I said, we don't have to agree with each other 100%. But as long as y'all agree with it's fuck the government, y'all cool with me. You know what I'm saying? I might go too far. Like, yo, nigga, let's go shoot up a police station tonight. Y'all might be like, hey, I'm good. You know, I know it's fuck the police and fuck the government, man. But I ain't down to do that tonight. You know, I can't get mad at that. All right? Can't get mad at that. But as long as it's fuck the government and fuck the police, that's showing y'all support from your respective cities, states, and towns. And I thank y'all for that. Because ain't nobody saying this shit. Ain't nobody saying this shit. And I can't wait to motherfucking leave YouTube so I can really put in some work. These cats don't forgot what work is, They don't know who we need. Look it. They don't know who they see. Cause you gonna rock. X gonna give it to you. Oh. Thank you.
The word creator is used very loosely here. I wouldn't really even call them creators. If you use AI to assist your videos, like, like an AI voiceover or whatever, I mean, that's fine. That's passable. But if you just AI generate an entire short and that's your content, I mean, it's just such lazy AI slop. And the fact that YouTube decides to push it as well is really bad. This is something that I've talked about before, but Neo did an interview recently with a YouTuber where he was basically giving Neo examples of AI generated content. One was just like a voiceover. Another one was like moving the guy's lips and stuff. And then another one was this AI generated cat crap. And he asked Neo what his opinion is in terms of how this content should be promoted on YouTube, if it should be promoted over real content creators' videos. And Neil gives an extremely strange answer that still baffles me to this.
Yeah, he gives a strange answer that baffled me to this day. It, like, to me personally, listening to how he answered, yes, it may be strange to some, but to me personally, I think he don't know what the fuck is going on at his company. I think he don't know what the fuck is going on with the AI. He hear our cries and pleas. He hear that shit. He know niggas is getting fucked over by this shit. But his answer is more AI. That's a solution to get rid of the AI problem, more AI. No, how about to get rid of the AI problem, you get rid of AI and like people can get their channels back. You put people to work. It's like, what the fuck? This is officially called AI Tube now.
The topic, I don't know. I'm curious to hear your take on. But this one is the thing I feel really weird about.
Mm-hmm. What do you think should be the case in that in that last example?
It's like he's asking you a question, Neil. Why you gonna motherfucking ask him a question? That's the first mistake. You don't answer a question with the question. You suck already, Neil. All fucking ready. You already lose. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. Like real shit. This is supposed to be a cool interview, but my man's wasn't asking all the right questions. He was just trying to motherfucker toe the line or straddle the fence, whatever the fuck y'all call it nowadays. He wasn't asking the tough questions. Like, you got Neil Mohan in front of you. There's a lot of people on YouTube pissed off about this AI bullshit. A lot of content creators have been purged from the fucking platform trying to get their channels back. One motherfucker took it all the way to fucking court and won with the court. Y'all saw the shit on the motherfucking YouTube shit or whatever. I mean, like the YouTube heads saw the shit and say, okay, we saw the problem. We're going to give you your channel back. But they never gave him his fucking channel back. So I'm like, ugh. So the motherfucker went beyond the Call of Duty, what most of us would not do because we don't have the money for it. One motherfucker did it and won, and he still haven't got his channel back. So what the fuck is Neil Mohan doing? I don't think you know what the fuck is going on in your motherfucking company, and you are just a figurehead. Probably, I don't want to fucking say it. Should I say it? You a fucking DEI hire CEO. No different than that motherfucking Jean St. Pierre bitch that was the secretary of the motherfucking that bitch that was talking for Biden, press secretary. You know, different from her. Like, you know, so I'm like, you know, so Neil Mohan gonna answer a question with a fucking question on the problem with the AI slop.
No, what do you think? Like, what do you think?
Then they both start laughing. Like, it's funny. No, it's not funny. This AI slop is top-rated content, and this is lazy from the content creator that's making it. A lot of content creators that's doing shit from scratch, being creative, using their own creative, unique expression and all that shit. That shit is buried in the algorithm, or they're getting tossed off the goddamn platform. What the fuck is that about? Ain't nothing funny about this shit.
Play the rest of this. I mean, you know, good job with getting the interview, John, but like, I don't like the fence sitting here. So Neil tries to, like, you know, kind of like throw the question back at him, like, oh, what do you think should happen? Do you think this content should be promoted or discriminated against or whatever? And then this guy, John, even though he just said he feels weird about it, he was like, oh, I don't know. What do you think? No, man, like, you just be honest. Just be like, listen, I think this is what we would call AI slop content, very low effort. It's a type of content that is actually being promoted over real content creators' videos. That's why a channel like that can get like 4 million subscribers just by posting YouTube shorts. I feel like it's wrong and it shouldn't be promoted over real content creators because this is YouTube, not AI tube. What do you think, Neil? That's what I would have said, right? But that's probably why I'm never going to get an interview with YouTube. Maybe the reason why this guy's fence sitting is because he doesn't want to upset Neil. But if you're going to do an interview, you got to be honest with your opinions, right? But anyways, let's listen to the rest of this. I don't know. What do you think? Like, what do you think? That's a big question.
Yeah,
you know?
I think it is. I think that you know, the third one in your example there, I do think that, at least in my view, that one is. And obviously there's all kinds of context and sort of which channels and whose channel and who did that and what was labeled and, you know, all that sort of stuff really matters to answer sort of definitively. But I think in general, the way that you described or used the content ID analogy applies. It's the reason why I have been very public about creators, and, you know, I use the term creator here very broadly. Creators, artists, musicians, etc., should be able to protect their likeness, their face, their voice.
on YouTube. And I think that this is a place where YouTube is not just a collection of words and statements. It's not just me saying that. We have a long track record here of living up to that principle, and you described it. It's called content ID, and that of course exists in sort of the copyright realm, but I think a lot of those analogies carry forward into the AI world. You're right. If there's a video that basically looks and sounds like John, like that's saying stuff that is pulling your audience or tricking your audience or what have you, then there should be some action. And so I'm agreeing with sort of your approach on that one.
And what about studios that make this content that almost it's so easy for them and it's so hard for us human creators that it kind of takes away that digital real estate on YouTube?
I think this goes back to what I said is I don't think a piece of content should be penalized just because it was created with AI. There's going to be amazing content that is produced with AI, and being short-sighted about it, I think, is not good for the creator ecosystem and is not good for YouTube. So that's the sort of the high-level statement. Yeah. Having said that, as you said, and I don't know anything about this particular video or whether it's high quality or low quality or what have you, but understanding the problem as I described it, which is these tools might result in the production of amazing content. They will, but they might also result in the easy production of content that is generally, clickbaity or low quality or what have you. Then it's incumbent on YouTube to make sure that we address that on the platform so that it doesn't become overrun with that type of content. And that's no different than
it's already overran
the way that I described how we dealt with challenges like clickbait, years ago.
So as you heard, Neil basically says that he doesn't feel like AI content that was generated, purely through AI should be discriminated against at all. And it's like a situation where he was like, the cat video, I wish he would have directly answered like, yeah, but this specific content from what you've shown me, it definitely looks like this is just mass produced like AI slop. This is something that we want to make sure that we don't promote. I wish he would have given more of a stance on that specific type of content. I mean, if you needed an example, this John guy could have pulled up his phone, looked up Super Cat League and showed him those awful videos. Yeah, it basically seems like a situation where Neil is just all in on AI. And it seems like if he's willing to mention AI so vehemently on his Time interview for being CEO of the year as well, it just shows that he has no plans to stop AI production on YouTube and AI just being the entirety of moderation at this point, because it's not going to get less AI moderation. It's not like they're going to start hiring more people to be on the moderation team for YouTube, but it is a situation where they're just going to keep relying more on the AI and people are going to keep getting their channels banned, unfortunately. So honestly, we kind of need to all go into defense mode and be very careful about the types of content that we produce. I mean, I talked about this earlier on my Twitter and on my YouTube posts as well. I get in trouble all the time with YouTube anyway, so it's nothing new, but I recently got a video age restricted because I said these two words in the video right over here. Because I said those two words, the video got age restricted. And there was no, this was not being shown at all in the video, nothing at all. I wasn't promoting any type of diet. I was just talking about a search term. But yeah, because I said those two words, my video got age restricted. I appealed. I don't have to tell you guys what happened in the appeal. You guys already know.
Right.
So yeah, it seems like Neil is going to be all in on AI, and it's a very unfortunate situation. All we can do is just voice our opinions and hope YouTube will one day listen to us. But yeah, let me know what you guys.
Yep. Now, what's the solution that YouTube could go with? There's two solutions. The first solution is get rid of all this AI bullshit. All the AI slop should get just motherfucking, all the AI slop. And like, we know what the AI slop is. All the bullshit cat videos, all the motherfucking, I'm talking about like all the bullshit that's like, what the fuck is this? Not you using your creative expression with the AI. Those videos can stay. I'm talking about the ones that we know is bullshit. That's AI slop and it's all bullshit. Now, like I said, nothing against people that fucks with the AI. But just remember, don't let it be 100% of your content. Make sure that you show your creative expression. Because at the end of the day, whether anybody know it or not, or anybody like or not, you're giving your soul to the machine. Never forget that. Never forget that. So I'm going to use this shit 10, maybe 20%. That's just like putting my face on an AI celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Making a funny skit or putting my AI on a fighter or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see how I use my AI. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all over the place. It ain't 100% of my content. I'm making sure that y'all see my face and making sure that y'all hear my voice and making sure that y'all see what I'm doing. And plus the AI motherfucking the app I use is a low-rated app compared to the new shit that they got out now called Sora 2. That shit is way better than the Reface app I be using. way, way fucking better. You dig? So it's like, yo, shit is getting realistic, son. But YouTube got two solutions. The first solution, get rid of the AI slop. Get rid of the AI that's motherfucking fucking with people's channels also. The second solution is this. Since they want to go the AI route, then they should change the YouTube platform and have categories. The category for real content creators and creators that's using AI. You want to see some AI bullshit? Go to the AI category. You want to see real content creation? Go to the real content creation category. And separate the fucking algorithms. Since y'all want to use AI so much, tell me that's not a good solution. Tell me that's not a good solution. Someone give me a motherfucking job as a motherfucking consultant or motherfucking developer, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. Put me in a think tank. Get paid for being in a think tank. But anyway, they're going to the mother of Lasha.
You heard this before. The Ukrainian puppet dictator Zelensky says no to giving up any Ukrainian land, no Ukrainian land as part of any kind of peace deal. Not sure if he's aware, but those lands are now in Russian control.
Right. You get no land in peace deal. You get no land in peace deal, but it's already in Russian territory. I've been saying this forever with Russia. Oh, motherfucker, the motherfucking Russia Ukraine shit. I'm like, look, nigga, your shit belongs to fucking Russia. I've been saying that shit forever. But let me say this before shit starts. I have not seen dead Russian soldiers from the Ukraine side or the Russian side. If anybody can come across a video where they got some dead Russian soldiers or some dead Ukrainian soldiers, let me motherfucking know. But since I've been following this fucking war, I can catalog the shit that I saw in the beginning. In the beginning, it started with a hole in the wall. They say that the Russians shot a fucking school. There was a hole in the motherfucking wall. They said it was shot with a missile. There was no shrapnel. The hole in the wall looked like two people cracked that bitch with a sledgehammer and said, all right, nigga, a missile hit it. No shrapnel, no impact crater. Like nothing that looks like a resemblance of destruction. It just looks like somebody, this motherfucker just cracked a hole in the wall. Then we see plane footage of what's supposed to be like a motherfucking plane shooting, but thanks to a gamer saying that, yo, man, this is a plane simulator. I play this shit. Shouts out to the gamer community for debunking that, because that shit was on the news. Now, there was another incident where they were showing pictures of Ukrainian soldiers walking with guns, but if you zoom in closely, they walking with cardboard weapons. Then every time when they showed the so-called footage of a firefight, it's Ukrainian soldiers pulling up to open fields, shooting at trees. Then they pull it up to empty lots, shooting at abandoned buildings. You'll see nobody firing back. You just see them just pulling up, wasting bullets. This shit wild. Then here's the shit that really pissed me off. There was like thousands of people died in the mall, right? Blew up in a fucking mall. But there was no cars in the fucking parking lot. So thousands of people supposed to have died in this mall, blew up, but no cars in the parking lot. That was the shit that took the cake with me. That was the shit that took the cake with me. I was done. I was done with this war. So I was following whatever they were motherfucking talking about, but any footage, it was all bullshit. But what's crazy is you go to the Middle East, You seeing people get motherfucking shot in the face with bullets and pepper balls, watching hospitals getting blown the fuck up and shit. I'm like, God damn. Seeing bodies, limbs. Seeing bodies, limbs all over the place. So I was like, man, fuck the bullshit. How come they showing this, but they ain't showing the motherfucking Russia Ukraine shit? So, like, automatically thought, wag the dog, and always we got to remember the Smith Monk Act. You know, make sure y'all look up the Smith Monk Act, and make sure y'all watch the movie Wag the Dog, and then put everything in perspective. But let's get off into it. There's like the peace deals. Zelensky is like, yo, I'm not giving up no land, but your land is already in Russian territory.
The latest numbers we're hearing at Redacted from our sources have Ukrainian dead now over 2 million. And I hope to have some updated numbers for you soon. So you don't hold any cards here, Zelensky, except the cards that NATO's puppet masters give you and your CIA handlers. But okay, so you're rejecting what appears to be the most likely method to finally end this proxy war. The peace process has failed. The European warmongers in the UK, France, and Germany have promised to continue funding Ukraine until the last, like, Ukrainian Christian man is essentially dead. So here, of course, was the meeting that they just held with his little friends there. It was Zelensky with his new girlfriends, Emmanuel Macron and German Chancellor Friedrich Merz and Keir Starmer in London yesterday. Maybe they had some biscuits in the afternoon. He's being handled by these individuals now. Now, he said that Ukraine has no legal or moral grounds for surrendering its territory. Oh, you're concerned about things that are legal and moral now. Okay. Says the guy who canceled elections.
Closes churches, sends men to their death.
I love your moral high ground here. So what about the time right after you became president and you allegedly had that big sex party where you and your team were passing around 14-year-old girls? Yeah, I know all about that, and so do a lot of other people. Or the time, according to the New York Times, when you and your team stole billions of dollars from U.S. taxpayers and European taxpayers. You were funneling it to your own personal interests. Front page of the New York Times.
Can we just congratulate them for catching up to something we've been reporting for 3 years? Yeah, the Zelensky government's pretty corrupt. Way to catch up, New York Times.
Way to go.
This is timely news.
Shit, I've been saying this shit forever. I've been talking about motherfucking all this shit since the beginning of it. The shit started. Yeah, thanks for everybody catching up with me.
Years late.
Yeah, I mean, where was your moral compass when this was the headline on the front page of the New York Times? You know, basically, you're basically sealing Ukraine's fate at this point. Joining us now is Scott Horton. He is the author of Provoked. He's also the chief bottle washer over at antiwar.com, one of the keenest minds of trying to prevent us into these endless regime change wars. No one knows more about this. Scott, welcome back to the show. Great to see you.
Thank you both for having me. Great to be here.
So I want to talk about this plan, and I want to talk about, basically what it just kind of came out of London specifically, because it's, to me, maybe I'm reading this totally wrong, but if you read the front page of Politico, what the U.S. wants from Ukraine, leave the Donbass one way or the other. That's the Trump position. That's the U.S. position. Like, you're giving up land as part of this peace agreement. So he's there meeting with this European flock of seagulls, and they're driving him in a totally different direction, purposefully driving a wedge between these peace agreements. What do you make of this?
Well, it really comes back to the buck stops with Donald Trump, because as long as the Europeans are willing to keep forking over the cash, he's willing to keep forking over the weapons. And of course, usually goes unsaid, all of the actual logistical and intelligence support that the United States has been furnishing to the Ukrainian side this whole time. As long as he doesn't call that off, and that is his position of strength to play, such as it is in the war, is that he can keep financing the Ukrainian side. After all, it's not easy on the Russian side, although they are winning. And as you said, I mean, this is, and quite frankly, and as I know your audience understands, this has been the plan, really, since the beginning of the war, was to make the war last a longer time. In fact, there's
wow, you don't think I've been saying that?
A guy named Red.
And plus, this is no different than the Albert Pike World War III shit. It's just like, bring no war until exhaustion. But you remember, that was the Middle Eastern talk, man. But it's all over, with me, it just it's like the motherfucker, the Iraq war to the Ukraine shit to China about to do some shit with Taiwan. They're just like nonstop war, just like keep everybody in perpetual war till everybody has exhausted all their resources and all their energy, spiritually, mentally, physically, and then they go to that stupid one world religion shit. Yo, that's Albert Pike World War III. Just read it. You know what I'm saying? It's just wild. It's just fucking wild. And Zelensky, rather he know he's a puppet or not, Zelensky is a fucking retard. He should just motherfucker just I don't want to say it. I don't want to fucking say it. His only solution is side with Russia, go over there for asylum and disappear. Otherwise, NATO, the European Union, or the United States is gonna put a hole in that motherfucker. Zelensky is done. He's a walking corpse. He just don't know it. He probably do. That's why he's sniffing all that cocaine. And the cocaine fell out on the middle of his live. That shit, wow. That's why everybody on his head now. They're like, that cocaine fell out your nose, right? Everybody saw that around the world. That was not snot, nigga. That was coke. Break down your coke.
Sergei Radchenko in Foreign Affairs, saying we can still inflict a strategic defeat on Russia.
No, you can't. You dummy.
They're implicitly conceding all of them. They've known all along. This means Russia will march further and further west slowly, but at great cost to themselves too. And I don't know what the real casualty rates and totals are, and I don't know what the real total of rubles spent is.
Right. No one knows because it's some wag the dog shit. Like I said, I haven't seen a dead Ukrainian soldier or a dead Russian soldier yet. And when it gets down to the end of the video, god damn, I should have put up the motherfucking community post of the map of where the fucking soldiers are. If you see the map on where the soldiers are, it is like you understand why the war is all, you're like, oh my God, the war is what it is. It's like these small fucking bullshit skirmishes and shit. But like at the same time, it also shows that Ukraine don't know how to really truly strategize when it comes to this shit. Russia on point maintaining their motherfucking own line. But the Ukrainian soldiers are not in the places where like they're supposed to be if this is some frontline battle shit. You know what I'm saying? So damn, I forgot to put the community post up. I'll put it up after this live though. But they're gonna talk about it in a minute.
Has been incredibly costly for the Russians. And so from Washington's point of view, that's the whole goal, is essentially with the Ukrainians as extras in the movie. They're just cannon fodder. In fact, in the book, I show...
Motherfucker said extras in the movie. You love how they give the shit away that the world is a stage. I love when they say that. Extras in the movie. Or they say actors. Or they say on the international stage. Or they say the world stage. Like, that's how you know they're giving it away. Never forget that. These are the signs. Or maybe I'm tripping, but like every time they say that shit, it just like ding 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 ding. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not really that good of a writer, so I just have collections of quotes of all these politicians and pundits saying we are getting so much bang for our buck.
Big dog Philly OG, what up, though?
On the cheap, we're sending home coffins, we're sending home body bags, we're sending home Russian bodies, but no American soldiers are dying.
Yeah, right. Total lie.
And I say that over and over again, with not even a mention of the Ukrainians' costs at all.
Well, and that's a total lie, Scott, isn't it?
Society.
I mean, I'm working on.
But people don't think motherfuckers are shit right. Like, American soldiers over there dying. Motherfuckers saying they lying. But I'm saying I haven't seen no fucking dead body on either side. Like on either side. But if anybody finds some dead Russian soldiers on the war or just dead Ukrainian soldiers and they got some news footage, let me fucking know. Because everything has been bullshit since the war started. And everybody talking about like Russia is being pushed back, but like Putin got a motherfucking smile on his face laughing at our propaganda. It's like, what the fuck is really going on? You know what I'm saying? Now, like when Russia did attack, like when our motherfuckers saw some confirmed shit, and then I found out what the fuck they hit, it was some biolabs. I'm like, huh. And then you find out that Ukraine was fucking with Nazis and they had motherfucking biolabs. And so I was like, all right, where these fucking biolabs located? Holy shit, the biolabs is located where the bitches got bombed at. So I'm like, if anybody, the good guys is Russia, they motherfucking blowing up Nazi biolabs. Shouts out to Russia, right? Hurricane is a Russian sympathizer. I don't give a damn. I'm learning my motherfucking Russian just in case they pull some shit over here. До свидания. Алькудовы. Спасибо. Yeah, nigga, Varu Paruski, nigga. I'm gonna be a translator. They gonna kill me. They gonna kill me. But like, there's a video game back in the day on the PS2 and on the Xbox, on the original Xbox and on the original PS2. It was a game called Freedom Fighters. And Freedom Fighters is about a game of the Russian invasion. And y'all talk about like, nigga, they came over here and fucked shit up. That game is the shit. You know, but the game was all about a plumber though. You know, like a plumber. You know what I'm saying? And but like real shit, the plumber was one of the heroes because he knew the sewers and shit. So like the revolution, you know, like the motherfucking revolution had to go underground. So since like he was the only one, the motherfucker like know the underground sewer system, you know, like he made sure that the revolution was tight. But the Russians came down there around the end of the game, then we had to shoot it out with them motherfuckers. This shit was crazy. And plus, I got a video game right now called Homefront. You know, this is about the Koreans taking over. And what happened was the United States was so bent on technology and AI and robotics, they got everything from the Korean shit, and they talk about like they put it in military, they put it in everything. Like the United States went ballistic with the tech. So what Korea did was they just flicked the button and shut everything off in America because they was fucking with their tech. So as soon as they got cut off, Korea came over and they took this bitch over. And the whole game is about straight up guerrilla warfare. Yep, it's Viva la Revolution through that game. It's called Homefront Revolution. It's on the Xbox One. I can play that bitch. You know, I think I'm God, I hate that saving process. You know, that game got a crazy ass autosave feature and like it'll fuck up your game. You know, you gotta really truly cross your fingers and make sure your game don't fucking freeze. You gotta make sure your game don't motherfucking erase your data. Like, fuck that game, but that game is the shit.
This right now, but I mean, that's a total lie. And I want to know what, if, by the way, if any families are watching right now that have had to like sign an NDA because your son was killed in Ukraine in the United States, and the only reason that you're not talking about it is because you signed an NDA to receive death benefits from the United States government. I want to know how many Americans have actually died in Ukraine, because it's not zero.
Yeah, that's a real good question. You know,
right. But if it is zero, you got to factor in the movie Wag the Dog. And you also got to factor in the world as a stage. Like, you know, like real shit. These motherfuckers are actors. And plus, what I also forgot to mention, these so-called Ukrainian soldiers is out there in the battlefield, but why the fuck are your uniforms clean? Fresh off the motherfucking rack. Clean like a motherfucker. No, bro. Like, if y'all in the trenches, y'all claim that y'all in, why y'all uniforms still crispy like y'all haven't been fighting at all? You feel me? So it's like you gotta just like pay attention to all the small signs. You know what I'm saying? They motherfucking on a block. They on a destroyed fucking block. Buildings, dilapidated houses, fucked up sidewalks, but every fucking car on the street is crispy. Like a motherfucker just pulled up. You feel me? You gotta pay attention. Got to pay attention to these things. If like this whole area is supposed to be destroyed, why the car is not destroyed? Like this whole block is fucked up. Why the car is not fucked up? You feel me? You know, that's the crazy shit, you know. But like I said, our media with the Smith-Monk Act, I need y'all to look that up. The Smith-Monk Act, these motherfucking people in propaganda can lie to us. But like they're giving it away. You know, like when they say the world stage, the international stage, when they say the word actors, like anything that's like going towards movie script type shit. Mind you, motherfuckers read from a teleprompter. That's no different than an actor reading from a script. Think about that.
Admitted from time to time that they have clandestine forces there, special operations forces and CIA, special activities
special operation forces and CIA. You watch the movie Rag the Dog. Guess who pops up in Rag the Dog? The CIA. And the CIA talks to the movie director and be like, nigga, there's no war going on. Why the fuck is y'all lying? It's like, nigga, like there is a war going on. The war going on right now. The man, dog, nigga, like Robert De Niro told that CIA what it was, and that CIA agent had no choice but to go along, and that shit was crazy. But at the end of the day, the CIA agent could have motherfucking locked everybody the fuck up if they wanted to, but kept the shit going because it's part of the CIA's agenda also for deception. That's what made the shit so motherfucking crazy about the movie. Y'all gotta check out Wag the Dog. Y'all gotta watch that movie. Y'all gotta watch that movie. And what's real crazy about that movie is this: like the movie is about a scandal with the president, and to get the eyes off the president, the nigga called in a motherfucker, what we like to call a fixer, a nigga that like to get shit done. Called a fixer. The fixer called a movie director and said, "Nigga, we need to direct a war. Make it real." So everybody take the eyes off the fucking president. When this movie came out around the same motherfucking time, Bill Clinton had his scandal. Crazy work. Crazy work. How art imitates life. Or how they just wanted to put this shit out there and say, fuck you, Bill Clinton. This shit about to be hilarious. But check out the movie Wag the Dog.
So forth, helping to coordinate. They deny that they have them fighting on the ground, but then of course they have the so-called volunteers, just like on the Russian side, like the Chinese in the Korean War, the volunteers who go and fight, and many of them paid mercenaries, as you're saying, and I don't know if anybody really knows the numbers there, but look, the whole thing's tragic. As you know, the Russians are winning slowly. They will take the last quarter or so of Donetsk eventually. I don't know how long.
Just like Russia took every motherfucking shit. Let's just entertain the fact that this real. Let's just entertain it is real. Every time Russia was ever mentioned in the news, going to war with any motherfucking body, rather it was Georgia, Crimea, or whatever the motherfucker fuck, Russia always won. Now, what happened before Russia took those bitches? NATO bringing in motherfucking countries, pushing up on the Russian border. What was motherfucking Putin saying? Stop bringing people into NATO. Stop pushing up on my motherfucking border. Did NATO listen? Did the United States listen? No, they did not fucking listen. What happened? They pushed up. Russia took whatever the fuck you wanted to take because motherfuckers didn't listen. Now, let's just entertain the fact that this shit is real. If the shit is real, then NATO and the United States and the motherfucking EU, Ukraine, all y'all fuckers, y'all poking the fucking bear. And y'all keep on thinking Russia don't have no backup. Russia laughs at everybody, calls everybody out on their propaganda, and don't give a fuck about sanctions. It's like, nigga, we have enough money, manpower, and resource to sustain ourselves over 1,000+ years. This is what came out of motherfucking Putin's mouth. And plus, he is kicking back, smiling, rubbing his hands like Birdman, waiting for our fucking dollar to collapse, this monetary system, so we can have BRICS, all white BRICS. What's BRICS? Let's say it again. We got Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Once the monetary system collapsed over here, which all empires collapse because of the monetary system, if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. BRICS is going to pop up. United States is going to be a fourth world country. Fuck a third world. It's going to be a fourth world country. And we're going to be begging BRICS. While everybody was dissing Russia, guess who's going to be begging Russia for help? The United States of America. So we can either kick back and grab the popcorn and watch this bitch collapse so we can start a revolution, speed up the clock for the collapse, because real shit, the shit has already collapsed. Nobody just not publicized it. Here's why it collapsed, because you can go into a fucking store and see the devalue of your fucking dollar. It is that fucking simple. But don't nobody want to believe it. Don't nobody want to see it. Don't nobody care. They want to put their heads in the sand. Okay, cool. Be cool. Cool. But if you get in my way when I start blasting cops, feds, and military officials, and robot drones, and dogs and shit, I'm popping you. Don't say hurricane, you're reacting. Don't say hurricane, you tripping. Don't say hurricane, calm down. You're a dead man. Because the war is on.
It will take. But they've already got all of Luhansk, and it looked like, and I'm not sure, because all the reporting out of the talks it was, kind of sparse and contradictory, but it seemed like at least the original proposal hashed out by Witkoff and what's his name, the friend of the Kremlin, what included, as I think we talked about this before last time, the possibility at least of the Russians freezing the lines at Zaporozhye and Kherson. They insist on all of Donetsk, but maybe they'll stop at where they are at Zaporozhye and Kherson. If people look at the map, that's the whole Azov coast there, the so-called land bridge between the Donbass and the Crimean Peninsula, and their ability to guarantee fresh water to Crimea from the Dnieper River, which the previous regime had cut off. And so, in fact, for the Russians to cross the river and take Kherson on the far side of the river, like after the war is over and they just get over there, cross, that's one thing. But taking that land by force would be extraordinarily difficult, just as the Ukrainians have had an incredibly difficult time trying to dislodge them from the other side of the river over these last 2 years. So there is basis for compromise here. In other words, look, the Russians are not giving up Zaporozhye and Kherson, but if they're willing to draw the lines where they are, that's the best you're going to get. But see, look at the politics from Kiev's side. Kiev doesn't want to order their troops to turn around and withdraw from land where they still stand and fight, right? They don't, and politically, as again, I'm sorry, because I know you guys know this, but there are very hard right-wing nationalist forces in Ukraine who have for years threatened to murder this president and his predecessor, Poroshenko, too, if they would to dare compromise with the Russians and end this war. The plan is to just win someday, or at least lose by just total defeat. But if you compromise and if you lose at the peace table, you sign a deal, then that's the stab in the back. That's betraying, on the sunk cost fallacy, all the heroes who've died in the war so far. And Zelensky knows that he's really in no position because of those domestic pressures, never mind from what he's getting from Washington and London, that if he ends the war on anything but an absolutely has to basis, then his life is forfeit, potentially.
And this is why I say that Zelensky needs to have a super duper private meeting, like around 3-4 in the morning. Limo escort to an undisclosed location. The peace deal will be signed under a street light with Vladimir Putin and a female assassin named Natasha with an umbrella. And it's raining. And this motherfucker signed over the country to Putin. He gets into another limo with his family in it, and he disappears in the fucking night. And then everybody come back and be like, Zelensky disappeared. But it's replaced with a Russian guy showing the paper with Zelensky's handwriting. And then it's going to be a videotape showing Zelensky like, yes, I gave my shit up to Russia. I am hidden in Russia. Ukraine belongs to Russia. All Ukraine, all soldiers, y'all gotta listen to Russia. And everybody that don't belong in Russia got to get the fuck out. Names will be the United States, NATO, the EU, the French. Get the fuck out, Ukraine, or there will be massive casualties and penalties and shit. It's gonna be crazy. I told you, dog. That's the only way out. Like, it can save his life because ain't nobody gonna motherfucking blast that Putin without major retaliation. But that's only if you're playing the game. But remember, I ain't seen a dead body yet. But let me go to the Middle East. Fucking dead bodies everywhere. But let's get back to it.
If the censored medicine that saved millions.
Right. I mean, think about the lost lives from 2022 until now, when there were peace negotiations in Istanbul and Russia offered to freeze the line then. So all of this territory they never had to lose. So now they're saying we won't give that up. They've lost it. They could have kept it, plus thousands of lives. This is not like, oh, I wish I hadn't lost money. These are people, human lives. So I don't know how he's not going straight to hell for this. I guess that's not up to you or me, so that's not really a question. One question I have is that why does he have to be in Europe for this peer pressure to happen? Is it so there's no paper trail of the Boris Johnsons of the world who were talking him into continuing the war? Or, I mean, all we get from it are these really dumb influencer scissor reels where it's like music and him walking up to Macron and they're hugging and then the inspirational war optics. It's so dumb. Who is that for? And is there another purpose for him to be going to Europe in person?
Well, a couple things. First of all, you're absolutely right that the Russians' demands did not include Zaporozhye and Kherson until September of 2022, long after peace could have been concluded if the US and UK had allowed it. So you're 100% right about that.
Boris Johnson was like, fuck that shit. We don't want no peace, dude. We're going to push this war. Here goes some money. Like, I think I covered this on one of my HHNs. Here goes some money. Here goes some weapons. Keep the war going. It's like, but I want to stop this shit. No, nigga, here's some money for your coke. Give him some coke and give him some badass 14-year-olds. Oh, yeah, don't think we don't know about that party, Zelensky. You a dead man. That's why you got to make the deal with Russia. Because they got so much shit on Zelensky, it ain't funny. The fucking coke already fell out of his nose on a live. It is over for him. It is over for Zelensky. We see this shit firsthand. So, nigga, you better just give up your country, nigga. Oh my God, man. This war is hilarious.
And that is pure evil, what they did. It's just horrific. The way that they, first of all, let this war commence when they could have prevented it through honest diplomacy. But then the way they deliberately sabotaged the peace talks when they could have prevented the war from getting that much worse. And to think that that was, years ago now is just, it's crazy. As far as Zelensky going around, it's really hard to say. Sometimes these trips, they're just, they're all scripted beforehand and everybody knows exactly.
Boop, boop, boop. Another word is all scripted beforehand. See, they always give the shit away that the world is a stage. They can say scripted, when they say actors, when they say the world is a stage, when they say the motherfucking international stage, when they say key players, when they say, they give it away. This is all scripted. But like at the end of the day, man, a lot of people's lives are on the fucking line because like, even though the war is fake and shit like that, people are still the motherfucking, we're still the casualties rather we're being attacked by a fucking bomb out of nowhere or they're attacking your fucking pockets. You know what I'm saying? Taxpayers' dollars is funding the war effort. So like either way it go, the people are still going to be affected regardless.
What's going to happen? And other times, not so much. Other times you really have leaders coming with specific questions, specific demands, or conditions, or what. And I think Zelensky is in a very tough position here. And because he knows the Europeans they can't really afford them, to continue to bankroll his war for very long. This is all directly, in America, somehow they get away with just printing the money. Well, whatever, I don't know. Maybe they don't get away with it. But over there, they feel really constrained as far as their budget.
Maybe they don't get away with
literally
it.
Cut.
Talk about like, maybe they don't get away with it. Nigga, they get away with it. They print money every goddamn day. What the fuck you mean they don't get away with it? The only way they don't get away with it is if we go to the money factory and blow that bitch the fuck up. Like, what the fuck? Viva la revolution, nigga.
Programs for their own, social welfare in order to pay for the war instead, that kind of thing. And And so they're very limited politically as how far they can go. So it's possible that he's there actually really.
They're not limited politically. Like, nigga, all they got to do is just fly some planes and drop some bombs. But niggas don't want to act like they're evil. But it's just evil versus evil. They all motherfucking attacking. There's a bunch of motherfucking coked out psychopath pedophiles attacking each other.
It's up to them and beg them to keep the money flowing. You know, and I think I'm very curious about what you guys think of this actually, because, you know, it's easy to consider them all just nothing but the worst liars all the time. But then again, like, there really is a syndrome of these people believe in their own BS a lot of the times too. And some of the time, the European leaders sound like they truly are afraid of Russia, and they truly think that the Russians, maybe they're not going to march all the way, you know, to Poland, but that soon they'll take the Baltics, and after the Baltics, then maybe Poland. And you know what I mean? Like, they really do seem to be, they say it so often. I wonder if they're telling the truth about what they really think at all.
It's like,
you know?
if you ever, I was a Seinfeld fan, you know, and it's like Costanza, he reminded Jerry, you know, he said to Jerry one time, he said, Jerry, remember, it's not a lie if you believe it. Right. Yeah. So George was the best liar of them all. Right. And so I think they've repeated it to themselves so many times that Russia is going to invade Europe over and over and over again. They say that they actually believe it. And then, of course, it's pushed down on propaganda on the media. And, of course, the clampdown on censorship across that country and social media. So you can't do what we're doing here on Redacted and tell the truth. Putin responded to this, I think, this morning. Putin came out and said, he's like, we laugh about it. I have absolutely zero interest in invading Europe. He said, we actually kind of laugh about it. He's like, because European leaders will tell their people that we're going to invade, and we're shocked by it. We have no intention of doing that, and we laugh about it. Like, so he's like, but the reason
Russia is laughing at everybody. They like, why is these leaders brainwashing their people with this Russian propaganda? This is laughable. This is laughable. But like, at the end of the day, the people know who the real enemy is. The people know who the real enemy is.
that they're lying to you is because they want this war. They want to keep funneling this money into this war, into this proxy war, and they can't admit defeat. So, I mean, Putin addressed it kind of head on this morning.
Yeah, no surprise.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's interesting because, okay, you do have, and this is the so-called, you know, people always take this out of context, but this is what Putin was talking about when he was complaining about the fall of the Soviet Union, was that it was a disaster for ethnic Russians who were so-called left behind, right? This is what this one expert called a beached diaspora, where the Russian borders withdrew, but ethnic Russians were left behind, especially in Kazakhstan, but also in Ukraine and in Estonia and Lithuania. I think not as much Latvia. I might have that wrong. But, like, for example, there's this town in eastern Estonia. I think it's called Nesta. I always say it wrong. I'm sorry. But it's a very Russian town in eastern Estonia. And it was always a Russian town, you know, going back. These lines are always pretty fluid. But it had been a Russian town. It's full of ethnic Russians now. But the thing is, what you don't have there is an ongoing civil war where these people are being bombed and where the peace deals have been scotched. And the thing just keeps getting, you know, continue on for 7 years in a row. With no end in sight, no resolution in sight, and a buildup of their military forces and all of these things. If that was the case, then yes, I think you would see the Russians redraw that border by force before it got too far out of hand. And so, yes, I think essentially that's right, that they pushed this lie in order to obfuscate from the fact that there was an ongoing crisis in Ukraine that their war was meant to solve. Not that it really did. They really escalated the crisis by a hell of a lot, but there was something happening in Ukraine that is not happening in Estonia. So could he just send his guys in there? I mean, maybe. But as long as the people of eastern Estonia are free and they're not clamoring for Russian protection, then that remains very unlikely. And especially when, yes, they are members of NATO. And who knows exactly what America would do if they really crossed those lines.
Now, it's interesting, this Trump admission, Zelensky has no power. He doesn't have the cards here, and Russia has the cards. That Russia's in a better position. That was according to the Politico article this morning. And we've known that for a very long time, but the Biden administration refused to admit it. The Trump administration has been saying it all along, but it's kind of showing us how little power President Trump himself has to stop it, because it seems pretty easy to me. Stop the weapons, stop the money, stop the intelligence. They're left holding the bag. They have to come to the peace negotiation. So what does this tell us about President Trump's power to end this war? Is it overstated? And if so, who is pulling the strings?
Well, I don't want to give him like too much credit or anything, but I just to acknowledge the difficult position that he's in here.
Hey, gorgeous.
Imagine a situation where America's backing the Palestinian resistance against the Israelis, right? And then we turn around and leave them high and dry. In fact, maybe we help get them into this fight and get them bombed to smithereens, and we prolong it, and then turn around and leave them. And that's kind of the situation in Ukraine. In Israel-Palestine, we back the bully. In Ukraine, America's backing the defenders who have been invaded and are losing their territory. So to just turn around and leave them high and dry is bad PR for President Trump. And see, the thing is, the position he's in too is he knows that the Russians know that they're winning and they don't have to stop now. Or what reason can he give them to stop now? Is he has to be able to make a bunch of big promises to them, but he thinks at least, has to be able to threaten that, hey, look, I can keep financing Zelensky's side of this thing forever. And so that's his real only card that he has to play. Otherwise, what's he going to do? He's just going to tell, and this is what I would do, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying all things being equal politically and Donald Trump being Donald Trump, not Ron Paul, he's not going to tell Zelensky, that's it. I really mean it this time. Mm-hmm. No more weapons, no more money, no more nothing. I demand that you essentially unconditionally surrender to the Russians. He's just not going to do that. And so instead what's going to happen is the Russians are going to continue to win the war slowly until they win it all at once. And I don't know how long that'll be, but time is clearly on their side, as Trump and you just acknowledged. That's the simple situation there. So,
Scott, how much time does Ukraine have left in its current position?
I really don't know. I mean, hell, I had no idea that they could possibly last this long. I mean, they showed that they had no offensive capability whatsoever in the spring of 23 when they launched their failed offensive of 23, and it's been, even that was nothing. So it's been really downhill since September of 22 for them.
Yeah, over 2 million.
It's slowly rolling downhill. Yeah. And look, they've got conscription. It's a very big country. It's, a couple of 10 million people. It's the size of Texas. So there are still fighting age males aplenty out west to be conscripted and sent out to fight. So as long as America and Europe are still there providing weapons, I don't know. It could come down to like whatever. A certain number of talented officers are killed and there's just nobody left to lead on the ground there. As far as like continuing to come up with infantrymen, apparently they can.
Well, if you look at, RIA.ru is Russian state media, and they keep a pretty reliable map of the line, of where the front line is, the territory Russia has gained, and where they intend to.
Yeah, nah, this the map. I'm a post the map on my community post. I forgot to do it before I started, but she about to show the map on where all the soldiers is compared to the Ukraine soldiers. And I'm like, nigga, I ought to put some snipers where the Ukraine soldiers at, pick those motherfuckers off real quick.
End. So that's a good resource that I always look at. And you normally see that the blue dots, which represent the Ukrainian army, are usually not stationed along the front lines. They just aren't there. And so they can sort of prolong this war by just not being there. They usually have, I would say, I'm looking at it right now, like maybe less than a third of their army is even stationed on the front line. The rest is north of the war along the Russian border. So they can keep this going.
Right. But you hear the motherfucking news talking about they're on the front lines. They're on the front lines. I remember hearing that. Y'all know we're on the front line. Hold the line. Love isn't always on time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold that line. Love isn't always on time. Love isn't always on time. Man, that's my shit, man. I don't know why I thought of that shit, though. That's my shit. Sure, I forgot who sang that too. Was it Hall & Oates? I'm not sure. Nah, it gotta be somebody else. I forgot. I know. Oh yeah, and with these peace talks, Zelensky talked about in the peace talks, I'm not going to give up no land. I'm like, you already lost the land to Russia. Talking about you ain't about to give up shit. You already lost the territory. Like, He must be high off that coke. He gotta be high.
Without continuously, you know what I mean? That's what I think seems to be their strategy, because I'm always watching these dots like a, battleship game, and they just don't move. They don't move down into the front line. So it seems to me that's the tactic, but I don't know. I would have to run that by a military expert.
Yeah. And look, one of the reasons I favor the more conservative estimates of the casualties is because
hold the line.
The muddy, frozen trenches and artillery, the tanks, and all of that stuff from the First World War. I don't think you really have these massive.
Hold on, let me get this out of the way. But I'll tell you the truth. To be, like a lot about some, you know some good music. You know some good music. I love that about you. We can chill. Holodeck 3. Hold the line. Love isn't always on time.
Of men being slaughtered at the thousands and thousands and thousands a day, 10,000 a day, this kind of thing on the World War I type of level.
He's putting these tracks in my head.
Sure, that was how the Russians were fighting, but I don't think there's any real evidence of that you ever had, like these, the Somme or whatever, like these mass casualties on the battlefield. I think guys are getting chewed up by the tens and hundreds a day.
Yeah.
And so,
it's horrible.
It's ugly as hell, but it unfortunately is sustainable for both sides, right? To keep going. The Russians keep winning slowly and the Ukrainians keep losing slowly. If we had the same conversation in 1 year, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yep. If you had the same conversation in 1 year, I wouldn't be shocked because of the wag the dog. Now, let's get off into the last video. And then we're going to play some music. And then we're going to get up out of here. But we're going to come back and play the game real quick. Might play some Fallout 5 real quick.
Jimmy? Spoiler alert. You know how they gave you PCR tests to see if you had COVID? Turns out almost 9 out of 10 of those tests that said you had COVID were fraudulent.
Wow. Wouldn't you know it?
So just let me just give you a little background before I drop it on you. This is Kerry Mullis. Now, I've showed this guy on the show before. He's the inventor of the PCR test. That's the test used to declare a COVID pandemic. That's the test that they were using to say if you had COVID, and that's the test that they used to declare the COVID pandemic, the PCR test. So there's a big problem with that, and I'm going to show you. And he was Dr. Fauci's most notable critic. He coincidentally died 4 months before the COVID pandemic. Yep. They clearly shut him up before they released the bioweapon because he would have exposed it. And so... but just to let you know, this guy won. He invented the PCR test, and he won a Nobel Prize for it. He died on August 7th, 2019, at the age of 74. So here, listen to what he had to say. So this guy's Nobel Prize winner invented the test that the COVID pandemic was based on. Died. Isn't it so convenient that for the establishment that he died right 4 months before the start of the pandemic? Yep. But here he is talking about the PCR test. And how it's not reliable, and how it should not be used to diagnose. Watch.
What is it? What is it about humanity that wants to go to all the details and stuff and listen? These guys like Fauci get up there and start talking. He doesn't know anything really about anything. Right. And I'd say that to his face. Nothing. The man thinks you can take a blood sample.
He said, "I say it to Fauci's face." Kerry Mullis. He was like, "I say it to Fauci's face, nigga."
Let's stick it in an electron microscope, and if it's got a virus in there, you'll know it. He doesn't understand electron microscopy, and he doesn't understand medicine. He should not be in a position like he's in. Most of those guys up there on the top are just total administrative people, and they don't know anything about what's going on in the bottom.
Yeah, he said all those people at the top, they are all administrative people. They don't know shit about viruses. But yet we have Dr. Fauci and Bill Gates and Biden and talk show hosts and CNN talking about you need to take it. It's safe and effective. They all should be locked up. Hell yeah.
Guys have got an agenda, which is not what we would like them to have, being that we pay for them to take care of our health in some way. They've got a personal kind of agenda. They make up their own rules as they go. They change them when they want to, and they smugly, like Tony Fauci, does not mind going on television in front of the people who pay his salary and lie directly into the camera. You can't expect the sheep to really respect the best and the brightest. They don't know the difference, really. I mean, I like humans. Don't get me wrong, but basically, there's The vast majority of them do not possess the ability to judge who is and who isn't a really good scientist. I mean, that's a problem. That's a main problem, actually, with science, I'd say, in this century, because science is being judged by people. Funding is being done by people who don't understand it. Okay, who do we trust? Fauci. Fauci doesn't know enough to know. If Fauci wants to get on television with somebody who knows a little bit about this stuff and debate him, he could easily do it because he's been asked. And I've had a lot of people, president of the University of South Carolina, ask Fauci if he'd come down there and debate me on the stage in front of the student body, because I wanted somebody who was from the other side to come down there and balance because I felt like, well, these guys can listen to me, but I need to have somebody else down here that's going to tell me the other side. But Fauci didn't want to do it.
So there he is telling you how the actual game works. And now here's the result of that game. The result is you were lied to about COVID. You were lied to about the PCR test. You were lied to about the entire pandemic, not just the vaccines. You were here. Watch this. Here's Dr. John Campbell. There's a new study out of Germany, and watch what he found out.
You're most welcome to this talk. Now, today we're going to be looking at research from Germany that shows that between 86 and 90% of COVID tests using the PCR, polymerase chain reaction methods, were false positives. In other words, COVID was massively overdiagnosed. 86% were false positives. That means 14% were accurate diagnoses of COVID. It was massively overdiagnosed by this PCR test.
And if it wasn't massively overdiagnosed, if they didn't make this error, which a lot of people think was an intentional lie, which is what it more looks like, and these people are actual criminals, if they didn't have these bogus tests, they couldn't have declared a pandemic, because most people who they said had COVID actually didn't have COVID. So 86%, if you round up, that's 9 out of 10 people who the government told you had COVID didn't have COVID. Oh. Remember how they said the flu disappeared during COVID? Well, I bet they probably had flu, but there was incentives for doctors and hospitals to say you had COVID because they got paid.
Yep, an extra 1,000.
So that's why everybody got COVID, and we're going to use this PCR test. And even though the guy who invented it said you can find whatever you want. So there's more to this.
The paper that I'm going to be giving evidence for that here. It's actually quite an intelligible paper. You can see it there. It's all in the public domain for yourself. Now, just think about the implications of this.
Yeah.
It looked like there was 7 or 8 times more COVID than there actually was, causing infections as judged by this PCR test.
He says it looks like they were overdiagnosing it, saying that there were 7 to 8 times more COVID infections than there actually was. So 7 to 8 times, that means they overestimated, or they were telling us that they were off by how many people actually had COVID by 800%. That's what 8 times means. 800% they were off. They weren't off a little. So he's got more to say.
And I've got a few notes here, actually. I'll just show you them very briefly of how far out things were. Now, this was the Lancet, very prestigious medical journal.
Prestigious, like the Lancet. Let's see if the Lancet was close to an accurate number of how many people actually had COVID during COVID. Let's see. What did the Lancet say?
Not making it up. Check it out for yourself there. So that is the Lancet, the information that gave. And what that actually said, the Lancet said the specificity is greater than 95%. In other words, this is saying that 5% were, at most, 5% were false positives, whereas this current data is showing that 86% to 90%.
So the Lancet was saying, yes, there will be some false positives with the PCR test, but only 5%. When the actual number was 86 to 90%. They said 5. How can the Lancet be that off accidentally?
Right.
It seems to me that they weren't that off accidentally, just like we found out during COVID, that our medical journals, like our medical schools and our medical establishments and our medical boards, are all corrupted by big pharma money.
Yep. But Jimmy, lots of mafias cook the books accidentally.
Yeah, accidentally.
The other mafias have incompetence and they cook the books by mistake.
So the Lancet said only 5% of the diagnoses of COVID were probably false positives. But the actual number is 86 to 90% were false, which means there wasn't a pandemic.
Shots.
So, that's what got COVID.
You too hot in your comments. What?
Yep.
Are false positives. Bit of a difference.
F
Given
you
that these figures are
too.
probably correct,
Not in a
how did the
good
Lancet
way.
get it so wrong? Is a question. Bit of a difference. Given that these figures are probably correct, how did the Lancet get it so wrong? Is a question. The UK government. Let me show you their site there. This is
The
the
UK government
site
stats.
where they talk about impact of false positives. And what are they saying? Well, the figures that they gave, this is 2020. The UK government are saying, there we go, 2.3% of false positives.
What?
So the Lancet most 5%, not 86 to 90. So the UK government figure was 2.3% false positives. The actual figure seems to be 86%. And the hallowed New England Journal of Medicine, again, this is the reference here.
Wow.
Take my word for it.
86%. But they told the people 2.6%. Wow.
They said, what did they say? 1.7% were false positives.
So the New England Journal of Medicine said there was only 1.7% false positives.
Even they're only off by like
off by like 90%.
It's like, I mean, that's a big factor to be off by.
So now you know why. Now you know why. As I just elucidated with Dr. Aaron Cariotti, that 70% of Americans now they doubt that the medical industry has their best interests. 70% of Americans.
First clue.
70% of Americans doubt that the medical system in America has their best interest. And now you know why. Because they were lied to at unbelievably extraordinary levels. Because if you think this was this wasn't an oopsie. This was not a mistake.
People doing their best.
This wasn't a oopsie. You can catch oopsie on the X-rated sites. Oopsie. She opened up the refrigerator and get from the back real quick. That's a oopsie. Hurricane, you tripping, man. This Detroit after dark.
Making the same mistake since the 80s.
You know, this at best was manslaughter.
Watch oopsie.
This sounds like it could be considered.
She opened up the refrigerator. And then she just creeped up from behind and just I was like, damn. All in the fridge though. And I like how the camera just be posted up in the fridge. And you get to see that up close.
Attempted murder. And in many cases,
You
just
know
plain
it.
murder.
It almost reminds you of a kind of World War II thing of when you hear of atrocities done by science by supposed doctors on children. It almost reminds you of that. Then you remember we saved all those Nazis and brought them here, and we saw the same pharmaceutical companies that worked for the Nazis. So, of course, it's going to continue.
You know, the guy who's considered the father of vaccines is under oath on video admitting that they tested vaccines on the mentally handicapped.
What?
Can we at least see the tests, or are those also top secret?
So here, there's more to this.
If this German study is right, if this study is correct, this one, and it's looking pretty good, I'm going to show you the details on it because I'm convinced by it. That's why I'm telling you about it. That means the Lancet was hopelessly wrong. Hopelessly wrong. That means the British government was hopelessly wrong. And that means the New England Journal of Medicine was hopelessly wrong. If this German study is accurate. So let's have a look at it and see what we think. So here's...
So we don't have to go into the minutia of it. He goes in, he does a great, always, Dr. John Campbell. He's able to explain it in a way that everybody understands it. But that's the main part you need to know.
Yeah.
That's the main part. You get, and now you know the rest of the story.
Get ready for more of those to come out, stories like that, because now we have enough time has passed that they can tell you openly what they did. And you'll go, who's even talking about
Nobody,
that?
No, the COVID's over.
I've moved on.
Why do you care? Why do you care?
Right.
Republicans are going to lose the midterms, Jimmy.
Yeah, if you keep talking about Trump's Operation Warp Speed, the Democrats are going to...
Midterms. How will we get more of the same thing that's disappointing me over and over and over again if you ruin it with in the midterms?
Again, I can't believe how few people in this space are going to cover this story. I'm going to guess mostly none of them. And so this is a big lane for me. Your independent media sucks. They suck.
Well, you are responsible if you're not reporting on it, and we're all in on putting that shit in people's kids. You're kind of responsible. I would think you'd want to be like upset and contrite about it.
You would think.
But probably you want to cover it up like you were Fauci. Like Fauci in the 80s with the AIDS medicine.
Right.
That was poison, it turned out.
And AIDS also invented in a lab, according to the FDA chairman, Marty McCurry.
Yep, they made AIDS in a lab. Hashtag fuck Dr. Fauci again from the 80s.
BLM, I can think of 10 off the top of my head back in New York, dingbat shit libs who love BLM, and if you try to explain to me that Fauci experimented with that AZT on
orphan
homeless
black kids.
brown kids.
Yes.
Who they didn't even test to see if they had HIV.
Yeah.
They just forced that on them and then put them in a mass grave in Yonkers. Well, they never heard of it, and they don't want to talk about it.
They don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. They'll go, what about Marjorie Taylor Greene? Some dumb shit.
Yeah. Like, what about Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Anyway, so if you'd like to hear my joke.
All right, we're going to play a track, then we're going to get up out of here. But we're going to come right back and play the game. The Kung Flu virus. Yeah, so like, yes, like after this song, we're gonna come back. I'm talking about we're gonna come back immediately and start playing the this Far Cry 5. We're gonna show a little bit of that. But let's play You Feeling Good. Shouts out to Vonta. Salute Jordan. Much love, Crystal. Shouts out to everybody.
Smoking weed, feeling good. CB mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good. CB mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good. CB mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good. CB mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Sipping on this fucking lean. Smoking on the green, looking clean, riding through the sea, feeling like a king. I'm a king with the bad bitch. I can get between, make a spleen, bosses on my dick, like a trampoline. Hit the scene, send it to the fiends, gotta make the green. I'm a hustler, and I got some $1 billion dreams. It's a scene with the Cali chick, chilling on the beach, her cheeks every fucking week. That's my cup of tea. I'm a G till I D.I.E. Show you I'm a beast, haters weak, you will cease to be. If you fuck with me, got the keys going overseas. Feed up with my queen, she's a pocket goddess. Yeah, you fucking know what I mean. Yeah, scenes all up in the throat. While I'm smoking weed, I believe I'm the only one that you gonna need. Feeling good, baby, yes indeed. Got me feeling free. Baby, rolling up the street. Baby, come and roll with me. We feeling good, see me bobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good, feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good, see me bobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good, feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good, see me mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good, feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good, see me mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good, feeling so fucking good. What's the flow? Fuck it though. Used to give a fuck before, I don't give a fuck no more. Time for me to smoke some more. Walking with the baddest hoe. You know how to fucking go. Stunting on them fucking hoes. Baby girl, I love control. Now we getting on the boat. Everybody on the floor. Drinking liquor, smoking dope. Girls twerking on the floor. Rolling up another one. Lean in my double cup. Club banging number one. Roll up another blunt. We feeling good. See me mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good. See me mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good.
Hey. Shoot. You know. Shouts out to everybody. Fuck it. We'll play one more. Because I ain't reached the 2-hour mark yet. Fuck it. We'll play one more. Shout out to Jordan for the beat. Hey. $5 a.m. here. Midnight hour for me, you already know.
Walking through the sea so cool. All black, stay strapped, get clapped if you fuck with the crew. Nigga, you be up under my shoe. Turn blue, niggas get stumped out in my timber boots. Bulletproof all over the suit. Got it ordered. Custom made Cartiers and the fedora. Met me a fine ass chick at a Sephora. Hit it from the back, then smoked up on the quarter. Took it to the crib, the legs was on my shoulder. Briefcase style, well, yeah, I had to fold her. She said my meat good is better than Ponderosa. So I had to pound the pussy over and over. Now I'm out the door, the baby, the show is over. Headed to the block, you know I'm selling that motor. Haters talk shit, I'm knocking head off a shoulder. Territory mine, hey gang, I'm taking over. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. Look, I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. Blast with killers, we fast with triggers. Blast we fill up with Hennessy and blast some niggas. If a fair run up, gotta blast them too. Real niggas gon' do what they have to do. Time to roll up a blunt, then I crack a brew. Got a call from a chick, she was passing through. Have to tear that ass up in the afternoon. Got a call from a plug, now I have to zoom. Full of motherfucking fans tryna track my moves. Yo, bitches can't fight, kick about my moves. I'm the black John Wick that I pack your crew. I think you gonna need some fucking backup, dude. AK and take your motherfucking backup, dude. And your wife will think I'm a stand-up dude. I see you hit a strap, bitch, I'm strapped up too. Shoot your ass in the head if you act up, fool. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. Let's go. This the real hip hop. What it do? Vibe with the nine. Real hip hop.
Kill that shit real quick. Can't combat my moves. Detroit After Dark vibes, you already know what it is. You already know what it is. All right, we're about to end this, but I'm coming right back. We about to play that Far Cry 5, y'all. We about to play that Far Cry 5, y'all. About to check that out. And you already know what it is. About to turn this on right now. You know how we end it. Mic check. I walk around and whoop, scoop, scoop, scoop. Hold on. I can't forget about shouts out to my UK correspondent, Vonta over there in the UK, fighting a good fight against that online safety act against the digital ID. Shouts out to Crystal is cool, my sexy independent California researcher. You know what I'm saying? You know, we getting all this information for the news, you know, traveling all over the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have some more news for y'all tomorrow. But after this, we're gonna be gaming, y'all. We about to get ready to shoot some shit. But shouts out to everybody. And let's get back to it. Mic check. I walk around the streets for my black tech 9 on the baseline. Look at the hype shit. Skirt. If you don't see me on live chat for the next week, then I'm in the Astro realm. For sure. Mic check. I walk around the streets with my black tech 9 on the waistline. Look at the hype shit. I never claimed to be the best type of rapper, but I have to show the motherfuckers what I'm after. I'm after the gold, and after that, the platinum beef. After that, Hurricane G packs the gats up. Blah. Trigger bang bang. HHN special report. Stay tuned. I'm about to go live again. Time to play some Far Cry 5, y'all. Let's get it.